like, first of all, I just want to tell you how many people I'm making jealous before I eat this. No, it's true. It's true, right? Right? Yeah, it is.
So,
okay, what is this? What do we have here?
This is كفتة بالصينية مع بطاطا وبندورة.
Right. This is my first bite of the day, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Put me under pressure now.
Joudie, stop. Stop.
I'm making sure.
This is so good.
It's good.
I'm just gonna keep eating.
Me too.
British Palestinian chef Joudie Kalla is the best-selling author of cookbooks Palestine on a Plate and Baladi, which showcase Palestinian cuisine and its rich culinary heritage. Today, we're at Joudie's house in London to discuss the success of her books, try some food, and ask about the restrictions she's facing online over her pro-Palestine activism. So, Palestine on a Plate. It was, one of the first, if not the first, English language cookbooks to have Palestine in the title. Now, I'm sure that didn't pass without controversy.
Well, it was a really difficult thing to get past people. I think, I know that most of the publishers that got the manuscript of the book loved the book, but did not like the title at all.
Because of Palestine?
Because of Palestine, yeah. They wanted to kind of turn it into a more Levantine book or a Middle Eastern generalized thing. And the whole point of this was not to be generalized. I wanted it to be very specific to where I'm from and my family, to kind of celebrate and highlight Palestinians.
If we just go back, so you actually called, holding on to the title as a resistance in a way.
Yeah.
I just want to hear that from you. Like, what did that mean to you? Just making sure that the title went through as it is.
It was necessary that Palestine was in the title and sort of resisting this urge to sort of erase us before anything kind of even happened. My main goal was not necessarily to be published, but to be published and have Palestine in my title.
Did you foresee the success though? Like, tell me about the success.
Honestly,
the success story of Palestine on a Plate.
Honestly, I didn't think it would. And when it did, it just cemented this sort of determination to kind of keep going and sticking to it. I know there are other Palestinian books that came out before that didn't have the title of Palestine, but I'm sure also other titles that came out that didn't have it had a lot of resistance to it. So I can totally understand it. But now every book that's coming out has Palestine, Palestinian, Palestine, something. And
do you feel like you opened the
amazing.
door in a way?
I don't want it to sound, obnoxious, but yes, I do. I feel like it was a floodgate that opened. And my publisher in America, he's Palestinian, and he always tells me to feel very confident and happy that it was this book that made others have the freedom to be able to do that. And with the success of Palestine on a Plate, Baladi became like a walkthrough of Palestine. Every single page has a photo. And loads of people from Israel were messaging saying that this is an anti-Semitic book because we don't talk about Israelis.
Anti-Semitic?
Yeah, and I don't really see why we have to talk about Israelis in a Palestinian cookbook before Israel became a state. These recipes are from my grandmother and her grandmother and her grandmother before her, when Palestine was Palestine, and it is Palestine for me. So, making these kind of claims are just ridiculous. It's a cookbook, it's historical, and I think this kind of erasure has to stop. So yesterday I posted an interview by Ghassan Kanafani with an Australian news reporter in the 70s talking about freedom, injustice, and the horrendous situation that Palestinians have been in now for over 74 years. My post was removed, I got blocked by Instagram, and I was told that I was inciting hate and violence by talking about freedom for Palestinians.
Pro-Palestinian activists have long complained of censorship and restrictions on Instagram. Most recently, Bella Hadid, among others, claimed her Instagram account was shadow banned, which refers to posts being restricted and reaching less followers, after she posted about Palestine. However, Instagram has previously denied the existence of shadow banning.
Shadow banning is not a thing. If someone follows you on Instagram, your photos and videos can show up in their feed.
So recently the talk of shadow banning has come up to the surface when it comes to discussing Palestine online. We've seen it last year with posts related to Sheikh Jarrah, people talking about being shadow banned then or their posts being restricted. We've seen it again recently with the last Israeli raid on Al-Aqsa Mosque. You've spoken about this in depth as well. What's been happening?
I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. I mean, before any of this, my page used to get blocked. I couldn't even access it years ago when I started posting about Palestine, Palestinian food, Palestinian culture. Suddenly, I had no access to my account. I couldn't get in. And then 5 days later, it would suddenly appear. Then all this stuff happened. Well, it happens every day, but it escalated in Palestine. And I started posting a lot about it. And then I started noticing that 100 people were viewing my stories instead of 20,000, 30,000. Then my posts, were having very low engagement, but I started doing every day just to see what was happening, and every day it was less and less and less and less. I woke up the other day and I had an email from Facebook saying that my page has been restricted. I haven't been on Facebook in 2 years. All of this was started by posting Ghassan Kanafani having an interview with an Australian news reporter in 1970, talking about freedom, resistance, life under the occupation, and that was triggered into my page being restricted. For me, it became everything. I was getting blocked here, blocked on the charity, blocked on my lives, blocked on posting. I'm just waiting to get blocked. I'm just going to keep...
Blocked off Instagram.
Yeah, it's going to happen soon.
But if we go back to the restrictions, I think the first question people will want to say is that, did you reach out to Meta? Did you reach out to Instagram? What was their response?
I tagged them in every single post. They never opened one of them, but people from Meta have messaged me who actually are Arabs and Palestinians who work for them and tell me that they're escalating this and seeing what's happening to figure out why. And then one particular person even searched for me, put my whole handle rather, and she said to me, I can't find you, even though I've put your name in the search bar. Then this happens. They get on the news. Bella Hadid was splashed all over the news how she was restricted and blocked for talking about Palestine, and her sisters and myself and my other friend. And it's going totally against what they are trying to do, which is to quieten the whole situation down. In fact, they're literally putting gas under the fire and exploding this out of proportion when they could just leave people to do their own thing. I never cared for bullies, and this is a big, big bully. And I suggest people realize that it's not the only method of communication for people. There's other platforms. If you do get blocked or kicked off, you can have a guy telling me that I should be murdered and set on fire and beheaded. You report, and then they tell you that this person has not gone against community guidelines. So
these are people commenting on your post.
Commenting on my post, and other people send me their screenshots of what people are sending them. I put a photo of Maftool. They put what is this, like a restricted video? It says sensitive content.
The cover. Yeah.
Sensitive content. You have to press just to see this, and then it's like a video of my Maftool. I mean, come on, it's a joke. And then I get restricted. No one's seeing the video. I don't care about food right now. I don't care about food right now. I think it's really important to share it, but I care more that people are going to see what's happening to Palestinians. It's been 75 years nearly. When they stop, I'll stop.